shouldn't be liking this sort of way. I hate feeling like that. This is one of those movies where it reminds me of sort of the double-edged sword of a lot of anime series, which is the whole idea of sort of tricking you into being attracted to something that you would normally repulse, that would normally be repulsive. Whether it's the idea that someone who says they're 18 and looks like they're 11 and dresses like they're 7 is supposed to be attractive. Lolly, other names, I can't think of the other terms for it. You guys can probably help me out with that. odacastradio@gmail.com. Also, the idea of people who look like kids but are actually older, killing and doing a lot of brutal things on screen. And I feel like a lot of the more seasoned anime veterans are probably desensitized to it. I am myself. Every now and then I'm like, well, that's pretty powerful stuff. I didn't expect that. But it's more so in terms of sexual content. Whenever the subject of rape is shown in movies or in cartoons or in anime, ideally I would like it to be not played for a fetish or for the intention of, hell, even being played for comedy, because I've seen that too, and that is the most repulsive thing, to play rape scenes for comedy. And being sexually attracted to rape, that's a whole nother can of worms. But I couldn't help but feeling that way watching some of these scenes. The tentacles very phallic, obviously. There was some motion, some withering, some moving around. Where I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of uncomfortable here. Then I was like, all right. I mean, the movie is what it is. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this to a whole lot of people. I feel like I would recommend this to someone and they'd be like, why? What happened? What is this the backup for the movie you actually recommended me? I'd get that sort of reaction. But if you're looking for that grimy sort of slimy, everybody's gross kind of fun, it's got that appeal to it. It's got Mike Reynolds in the UK dub, the old guy. I don't know. I know it's now Wicked City is on Amazon.com for prices varying from $20 to $40. It's not a movie I'd, like I said, recommend, but I wouldn't necessarily dissuade an older audience from partaking. At any rate, Wicked City knows what it is. It doesn't really shy away from that grit and grime, no matter how hard the UK dub tries. So there you go, Wicked City 1987 from Yoshiaki Kawajiri. And that guy is like famous for those kinds of movies, and I knew that going into this. So it's like, I wanted to, because, Kawajiri is the guy behind Ninja Scroll and also Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, 2 movies I really like. But at the same time, it's not like the guy is like untouchable, and I guess in my opinion, Wicked City is proof of that. And don't get me wrong, I like Wicked City. There are a lot of things like it's different when you begin to look at things critically. But yes, in terms of was it entertaining? Did I have a good time watching it? Yeah, I generally had a good time. Sometimes like I said, the only thing that honestly took me out of the movie itself was probably the script. The voice acting honestly wasn't that much of a distraction, and it's actually animated pretty well. I like the way they use shading and shadows in this film. So it's got this noir, a touch of noir in it, like a little splash of it. Not quite. I know they had the main character likes to kind of have those inner mind dialogues, inner thought dialogues to himself, where he's like, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. When it's like, okay, I can see what they're trying to do. They didn't really go with that as much as they could have to make it even more so in that style. But it is what it is. So there you go. All right, so after the break, we are going to get into the arcade with Mr. Darryl O'Neal Simon. So I hope you guys are ready for that. video games, the topic at large. He will announce that when he jumps on. But first, a music break. SV Radio, back in a sec.
홀로들어선 클럽 시간은 남아도 새벽 다시 구석바에 앉아있던 그늘인 손목에 레몬 제시 She was smoky girl 조명의 붉은 머리결 슬퍼 보이던 눈가에 번진 상처 Smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl Girl, smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl Girl, smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl 무시하고는 자주 있는 일인 듯이 날 보며 웃지
의심이 없다면 금방 티가 나겠지 난 미리 솔직할게 이 밤에 취한 우린 아직 할 얘기가 많아 baby 슬픈 드라마나 찍자는 게 아니야 괜히 서툰 척도 서두르는 것도 할 필요 없어 손 내밀어봐 처음 만났지만 잠시 들어올래 내 맘에
앉아도 돼 더 세게 안아도 돼 baby girl 하지만 화장이 나 연기처럼 날 쉽게 지워버리려 하잖아 좀 더 다가와도 돼 날 세게 안아도 돼 baby girl 어떤 슬픔인지 내게 말해봐 지금부터 맘의 문을 열어봐 Smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl Girl, smoky girl, smoky girl, smoky girl 너의 작은 입술로 날 불어버리고 화장처럼 색 지워버리고
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Saki. And this your girl Mako, and we're coming to you from After Dark Radio, where we bring you the latest news in anime, games, sex, and relationships. We've also got special guest hosts, interviews, and the hottest and original mixes. So hit us up, matsuri.blogspot.com. Again, that's Matsuri, MATSURI radio.blogspot.com. We'll see you guys there.
Welcome, one and all. Thank you for tuning in to another segment of The Arcade on Otacast Radio. This is the segment of the show where we talk about video game culture. From the video games to the people who play them to the developers, all of that good stuff that you gamers really want to hear about. My name is Darryl Simon, and I will be your host for this segment. And before we actually get into the meat of the program for today, let's talk about that intro music that you heard a few seconds ago. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you gamers recognize that to be from Final Fantasy VII, that little victory theme after every battle. Well, that actually was a rendition of that same song by a YouTuber who goes by the name of Smooth McGroove. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know of this particular gentleman, but for those of you who don't, I encourage you to go on YouTube and subscribe to this gentleman right here. He does a cappella renditions of lots of your video game favorites. I featured him on the last segment show as well. He did a rendition of Sonic's Green Hill Zone. So yeah, subscribe, hit him up, support. He does a great job, and I'm sure you will love the rest of his work. Now, last show, we spoke about the issue of whether or not there is innovation in the gaming industry today. And I got a little feedback, actually, after the show went up. So before we actually get into the topic of the day, I want to talk about that for a moment or two and add my little 2 cents in, as it were. Then we will actually go into the main topic, which is yet another controversial topic, and that would be the whole issue of console gaming versus PC gaming. Like I said, pretty controversial. Anybody who knows a little bit about this whole war going on between console gamers and PC gamers knows that it can get pretty heated. So, that's what we're going to be talking about for the next few minutes. Now, as I said, I want to address some issues from the last show. So yeah, we put up the show, we put up the entire show, and came to my segment, and some people were commenting, and they were saying some things that I addressed a little bit in the show, but the thing is, lots of people don't see it from a particular perspective. So what I want to do is I want to paint a little picture for everybody who knows what I'm talking about. So, what one of the things I heard was the fact that the person believes that there is no innovation in gaming nowadays. It's all wash, rinse, repeat from a lot of different companies, Activision, Square Enix, all over the place. It's not just COD, but I'll use COD for an example. But yes, so that's what they were saying, and I had to disagree. And there's a reason why I had to disagree. Because, for example, if I am a gamer who does not actually like COD, I'm going to look at it and say it's all the same stuff. Every single release, every single game, it's the same thing. There's nothing new here. There's no innovation. It's exactly the same video game every single time it releases. But here's the thing. Let's say I am a COD gamer. As I'm playing this game, I don't want anything different. I like what I have going on. I do not want anything to change. I am enjoying this experience, and I want not necessarily a new spin on this experience that I'm having, but just to enhance it. I want the same experience, just enhance it so that I might be able to enjoy it better. And the same can be said for any video game that you enjoy, any IP that you really have come to love and support. When you think about that particular game, you're not really looking for a completely new or redone experience. You want the experience that you had before, only enhanced. So it's kind of unfair the way that we bag on Call of Duty, because truth be told, it's the same thing for the video games that we actually do like to play. It's the same experience that we're getting, just a little bit different and a little bit more enhanced. So let's think about that for a moment. Please, I want to hear more feedback from you all. This will probably be the last time I'm addressing it on the air, but let's keep the conversation going. I like the fact that not everybody agrees. I like the fact that we can continue to have discussion. So, hit me up on that Facebook, which I will be giving to you guys at the end of the show, and we can continue to chat about it. Now, the moment you have all been waiting for. The main topic